Hey, everybody. Welcome to our Monday night call. I am here with Jaime, one of our newest Diamond ambassadors. So I went up to Michigan with Tiffany, who also just hit Diamond, along with Sally, and got to see the Michigan team, who I love so much, and just being able to be with everyone, but just knowing that Jamie's journey hasn't come to an end, but she has hit a very big goal. And her journey, her legacy, all of it will continue, but she hit like the goal. Like she's at the peak of where all of us want to be, right? So I absolutely love that she's here. She's here as a diamond now. So we're going to talk with you guys, and we are going to share some things, kind of like a little bit of our stories and how you guys can get to where we are, because we talk all the time. I do with my Jules, I do with Jaime. We just talk about how this life is possible for anybody if they make the choice. That's really all we did, was make the choice and decided to let this be our future. So we made that choice, and we didn't let anything stop us. We didn't stop long enough to second guess ourselves, to question what we were doing. We just kept going and growing and learning as we went. And I think that's one of the biggest things. You just don't stop. You just keep going until you hit that goal. You don't slow down and start doubting or second guessing or questioning. It's just this mindset and this battle within your mind, I think, is the biggest thing.
Mindset is huge. I think that was a big part of, and some of you guys may have talked about it before, but when I started, that was a pivotal moment in the beginning, because I started just thinking, well, it'd be great to get my products paid for, but Tiffany and Fallon were between silver and senior gold range, somewhere in that range, and they spoke so confidently and boldly with intention and conviction in these products, in this company, in the opportunity. And they said they were going to the top. And you guys, they were not at the top already saying, yes, you can do this too, and saying it from experience. They were in the trenches. They were where you are at now. They were going through the things. They were learning. They were growing. They didn't have all the 100% answers maybe, or learned all the things they need to learn. They were in it, but they still believed 100% that they were going to be a diamond. And I had no doubt. I had no doubt that they were going to be there because of how strongly they spoke. And that belief and that conviction carried over to me, because then they spoke and said, you can come with us. You can do this too. And I'm not so sure that I had incredible belief in myself necessarily, but I knew that they were going to the top, and I knew that they had tools to get there. They had Lori above, who was a diamond, and they had tools to get there. And I figured if I did what they did and I said yes, then I could be there too. And I, in that moment, had made the decision, I will say yes and do whatever they do. And that was a choice. It was a decision. And it was a mindset thing, because did I picture myself at the spot of knowing everything that a diamond knows, or learning all the things, or being quote unquote worthy or whatever of being a diamond, and feeling like I could be there that second? No, not necessarily, but I knew that, well, I can be a diamond. Okay, so I'm going to do the things. It was just a choice. Okay, I'm going to work. I'm going to be a diamond. That was the end goal. And I'm going to say yes and do the things. And it was a mindset thing that from then on shaped my actions throughout the journey. It meant not making the excuses and doing the things when I didn't feel like it. Because you guys, just because you have that belief, or just because you are going to work hard and have that conviction, it doesn't mean that it comes easy, or it doesn't mean that it's not hard to make a decision to get on the calls all the time, or to do this or that. But you do it because you know it's important, because your belief influences your actions. Your mindset influences your actions.
It didn't matter what roadblocks we hit on our way there. It didn't matter what failures. Didn't matter if we missed a promotion or we didn't get the prize that we wanted, because we knew where we were headed. We knew we were still going to get there. We didn't let missing Senior Ruby or hitting Emerald, not in October, but in November, we didn't let those things slow us down, because we still knew and still believed that we were going to be diamonds. We were going to make a difference in our families' lives, and we knew where we were headed. Even myself at the beginning of this journey, and I struggled. You all know, like, I was not an immediate success. It wasn't like promotion after promotion after promotion from the day I signed up. I had 2 years where I struggled, but I didn't once doubt. When you doubt yourself and you stay in bed, or you're depressed and you're sitting in your chair, when you're doubting yourself, you're making your situation of not hitting your goal 20 times worse. Because now, not only do you have to keep fighting for that goal, you have to dig yourself out of that hole of these negative thoughts. The more you think the negative thoughts of, maybe I'm not going to be a jewel, maybe I'm not good enough, or nobody wants these products, or nobody wants to follow me. The more you think those thoughts, the more they become embedded in your brain. So for 2 years, I decided I was laying aside every single negative thought. I wasn't going to think it, and I was just going to keep going. If people weren't following me, I was going to figure out how to get them to follow me. And they didn't follow me right away. I had a lot of people who quit or stopped following or just weren't running with me, but I kept going in the direction that I knew I needed to go. And people slowly started following. And then I had a team, and it just started happening. But I didn't look like a jewel. I didn't look like what you would think a diamond would look like. We didn't think about all the little steps and overthink it. We're just sharing because we love people so much and we believed in these products. And I just keep going back to, that is the foundation. You have to believe. You have to believe in the product. You have to believe in this business opportunity. You really, truly have to understand what we have in our hands. And right before this call, I was watching Kevin, the guy who films the Diamond Docs. Sally had her grandmother pass away as they were filming, and he made a little mini video about that time in their family's lives. And I'm just reminded of how much our company loves us. And that is it's so hard to find. And this was something that Lori gave to me. She gave me the belief, the vision, the passion, the love for this company, and understanding what we have is something special. These products are special. This probiotic, my husband's aunt got on these products, and she's noticing the difference that she wasn't noticing on other products, okay? Because ours are special. They are different. And you have to know that, and you have to believe that. And when you believe that to your core, when you believe that with everything that you have, if you didn't hit gold this month, if you didn't hit senior gold this month, if you were going to hit sapphire, whatever rank you were going to hit and you didn't hit it, whatever goal you had for yourself and you did not make it, you know that you're this much closer. And the goal that you set for yourself, it doesn't shut you down. It doesn't get you in a funk or anything like that, because you still know where you're headed, because you know what you have.
Yeah, 100%. It shapes what we do too. So the question is, do you believe? Do you believe that you are going to that you're going to be a jewel or be a diamond? Or think, well, that's for them. Or yeah, that would be nice, but I'm not so sure I can get there. So what is your mindset? Do you believe it? Because you need to be telling yourself that you do. You need to be telling yourself that I'm going to be a diamond, or you fill in the blank, whatever that is, and make that your positive affirmation. Write it out, put it somewhere, tell yourself that daily, because I promise you, if your mindset is still in the back of your mind thinking, well, yeah, that's for them, that's never going to be me, or whatever it is, it will influence what you do. It will matter. Things get tough when, life gets busy or things get hard or whatever it may be. You're not going to have the motivation to get through that, to do the hard things, to do it anyway. You can't brush that off as easy and to keep going. You need to believe that and know that and say it out loud, so that when there is, and I'm saying when there is, because it's not all rainbows and roses, this whole journey, when there is something that's difficult, when there is something that, you know, it's not easy to do the things, then you are going to do it anyway, because you know, because you're going to show up for you, you're going to show up for your family, you're going to show up for your team, because they need you to show up. You need to show up for yourself, you guys. You are capable of big things. God created each of you with your own talents, your own gifts. You are capable of doing the big things, but it's not a cop-out to say, well, I just can't do this or that. Work on yourself. Do the work, do the IPA, do the personal growth, show up, work on yourself, do the things, and you are, believe it, say it, do it. That's going to shape how you get all the things, how you duplicate that and position yourself with that, with your team, and bring them along too, because they are going to watch you and they're going to do what you do. And you need to be that influence and do the things and show them how as well.
Like Jaime just said. So I can't count how many things that both of us have had to do that have been scary or we didn't feel like doing, but we did it anyways, because it's so much more than, okay, yeah, I know I'm going to be a diamond. I believe I'm going to be a diamond. I believe I'm going to be a jewel. Like, I know this is what I'm doing. I know I'm changing my family's life. Well, that's great. That's cute. But you have to act like it. If you want to be a jewel, you need to act like it. If you want to be a diamond, then you need to put in the work of a diamond. You know what that looks like? That means doing your IPA. That means taking initiative. That means leading calls. It means posting stuff in the team page. It means doing the hard thing. It means showing up as a leader for your team. And most importantly, it means that you look within yourself and know that, okay, if I don't understand this leadership thing, John Maxwell has written at least 25 books on this subject. So there is information out there so you can learn how to do the things that you need to do your job well. And that we've had to learn how to do all of the things. It did not come natural. I would say safely say for either of us or for any jewel in this company. But we just saw the challenge and we're like, all right, if we set a challenge of, I'm going to meet this goal, I'm going to win Leaders Retreat, which, by the way, let me say, even if you're starting from the very beginning, Leaders Retreat is so stinking easy to get. Go get yourself 6 joins and get 2 people to silver, okay? There should be no excuse why any person on this call is not on there, because I've seen y'all bust your butts for an iPad. Do you have any idea what Leaders Retreat will do for you and for your business and for the people watching? I know many, many jewels on my team and on other teams who have been to Leaders Retreat, and that was a turning point in their business. They're like, I'm doing this thing. The next year, they came back as an emerald or a diamond or whatever. So you guys need to get yourselves there, and you need to make a decision. It all starts with a decision and then actually putting in the work once you've made that decision. You can't just make a decision and say, oh, I'm going to Leaders Retreat, and then sit on your butt and expect your team to do something about it or expect the joins to come to you. No, God is going to bless the work that you put in. Don't just sit there. Go out and make it happen.
100%. Absolutely. Anyone can make that. And you guys, I want to touch base on what Fallon said too. Just because we did the things and we got to the top doesn't mean, like she said, that it was easy or that we didn't do the hard things. You guys, I did things and I was terrified. I was scared. It was not easy. I didn't do them amazing. I wasn't great at my first calls or at my first video. I remember saying my first video, a little sentence I had to say as a training thing we did to put on YouTube. And I was terrified to just say a sentence and nobody else was going to see it. It is hard to do new things, but that is where we grow the most. So just because, you know, whoever you're looking at is where they are doesn't mean that it was something that was easy for them, or it doesn't mean that they were amazing at it the whole way. So do the things afraid. And that goes along the lines with like setting your goals and dreaming big and not having a scarcity mindset. So just because something is scary or different, or you don't have necessarily that confidence in yourself, doesn't mean you play it safe and make small goals and only reach for something that you think that you are truly capable. Okay, well, I could probably maybe just get this, so that's going to be my goal. don't be selling yourself short or playing it safe, setting small goals. You need to reach big and dream big if you want something big. You've got to make changes and do the big things if you want a change and if you want something big. So sure, make sure you have tangible goals, yes, but also have those big, scary goals and not be afraid to push yourself and push your limits and do the things scared to set those big goals. If you think you can earn Leaders Retreat, then set yourself a goal for one of the big prizes. Whatever it may be, but reach for big things and don't sell yourself short, because that's not what we're about here. This is what we're talking about. So yeah.
I remember at the beginning, we always said to shoot for the moon and you'll land among the stars. We always set goals that were bigger than we thought possible, but we worked like we are getting the biggest prize. We always worked like we were getting the hardest thing. And a lot of times we actually hit the goal we didn't think we were going to, but we made the goal up here so we would land here instead of down here, okay? So you have to set the goals bigger than you think that you can achieve, and then understand that if you don't hit it, that's where I'm not going to get depressed because I didn't hit it comes in. Know that if you didn't hit it, you are that much closer to hitting it next time. John Maxwell talks so much about this. It's all of the work in the back end that we don't see, but it will come to fruition. We will have that goal. It's just not right now. That work is not done in vain. It's not in vain. You will have that even if you didn't hit the goal exactly when you thought you would. So also, I would say don't overanalyze these things. I think sometimes people get so paralyzed by overanalyzing every little feeling and every little emotion. Just go out, read the books, watch the training, and put it all into action, whatever it is that we're doing. Lori told me, go reach out to 3 people a day. And so I did. Like, I didn't sit there and think about, should I really do 3? What if I did 2? Is this the best number? And what are people going to think if I message them at midnight? Should I message them at 6 a.m.? Like, just stop all of those questions that you're asking yourself. And the most important thing is to get the work done. And as you're doing the work, you're going to realize what works best for you. Maybe you should send people messages at 6 because that's what works. But you're not going to know until you have put into practice or tried the things. What we did was we found a need and we filled it. So there were no team calls like this. There was no book study. So we did it. We found a need and we started doing that. If you guys feel like there's more need for product information and gut health, happiness, and beyond, stop sitting around and waiting for the jewels to do it, y'all. This is your group too. The team pages, they're your team pages too. We don't just sit around and expect someone else to do it for us. If you see a need, find a way to fill that. Always trying to improve on the systems that we have is something that we did too.
And you know what's worse than setting a big goal and then not reaching it? It's setting the small goals and realizing you could have done better. And I've definitely seen that, going back to a little bit what Fallon said before, but I definitely seen that when, I missed Leaders Retreat my first year. We didn't really know what was going on, so we just weren't paying attention. So we didn't go for something big. Or I had a time where I just missed, and so I just missed it like by 2 joins. It was insane. And then another time I had just missed a prize, and it was like, if I would have just been busted from day 1, instead of coming to the end and realizing, oh, if I had just done a little bit more, I could have gotten this prize I thought was crazy out of reach. You guys, don't sell yourself short. That's worse than setting a huge goal and not making it. You can adjust and set sales. You're going down, and you find out you have to do something, you adjust your sales, you figure it out, you move on, you keep going. But if you sell yourself short, you can't get that back. You can't work harder when the time is done or whatever. You're still going, you're not giving up, but X, Y, and done, so don't sell yourself short. Set those big goals and push yourself. But yeah, it's a choice. Everything is a choice, you guys. So, whether it's this goal setting, whether it's choosing to believe, choosing to do the things, choosing to, step up in the team page, choosing to do the things afraid, whatever it is, it's a choice. It comes down to that, period. Nobody else can, we can encourage you. We can tell you should do this. We can breathe belief into you, but it comes down to you, and it comes down to you taking that action and doing the things. and making the choices. It doesn't mean you have to know it all first. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect at it. That's how we grow, is when we do the things and we get better and we learn through the process.
Yeah, so much of this business, it's just a choice. I know I just got asked to be a part of a focus group, which as a jewel and diamonds, this is something they ask us to do. I have no idea what I signed myself up for. I'm just like, okay, cool. Chris Pike wants me to do this. Corporate's asking me to do this. How do I sign it and tell them that I'm going to do it? I'll figure out the rest later. It's just something that is important for my business, so I'll figure it out later. Yesterday, just got home from Michigan. Jamie's like, hey, we got team call. I'm like, okay, cool. What are we talking about? It's a choice. Your initial go-to reaction shouldn't be, I can't. I'm so tired. I'm so sick. I can't hit leaders retreat. I can't hit Ruby this month. I can't. No, it's, I can, I'm going to do it. And we're going to figure this thing out as we go. So first thing is to make a choice, but it's so much more than just making a choice, because you cannot get to become a jewel on your own. Let's face it. We have to pass this vision along to the people that are coming with us. When I signed Tiffany up, I was like, we're doing this. We're doing this together. And even when she wasn't following me yet, I was still like, we're doing this. Let's go. We're doing this. And eventually she started coming along, and I just kept going and moving in the direction of Diamond, which is where I was headed. And then she came along, and then she brought Jaime along, who brought Sue along. And that's just how this goes. So you have to pass that vision on to your team. So what are you doing to create vision for your team? You have to do all of these things that we said, but pass that on to your team. Help them to believe. Help them to see the bigger picture. Cast this vision for them.
Definitely. I mean, like, just as much as I said that was instrumental in the beginning for me, for Fallon and Tiffany to breathe that belief and to cast that vision and to share that picture with conviction and boldness and passion. And speaking of which, really quick, they didn't say, yeah, you can go to the top, you can share, we're going to be a diamond, XYZ. They didn't say it like that, because the way we speak with excitement and boldness matters. It matters with our posture, and it matters if people believe us, and it gives you influence. So they did not speak that way. They spoke with the type of excitement and passion that Fallon is talking with right now, that I'm talking, because they believed it and they were excited. So that is what makes a difference in terms of, someone believing what you're saying and you yourself believing what you're saying. So speak with that boldness and passion. But just as important as that was, that they did that for me, I also was passing that along to people. So Sue was hearing that, Sale, Chris, everybody else, they pass that along to their people. That's why we have the team growing. That's why we have, we're raising up leaders. That's why you all are on this call, and other people on Fallon's other legs and everything else. You all are here and showing up because there is passion, and there's things being duplicated down because of this vision, right? So you have to continue to speak that vision boldly with the people that you are talking to. And the best way to do that is to, one, you have to believe it yourself. So you're believing it, you're speaking it, and then you have to talk about it. People aren't going to know about what they don't know. They're not going to know about the opportunity and about what you have on your hands if you just keep it to yourself. You're not prejudging people, not prejudging whether someone needs this opportunity or would want it. That's taking something away from them. You prejudge and don't even offer that to them. You have to at least offer it to them, right? That's selfish, and that's our own scarcity mindset, and that's our own insecurities if we don't even offer that, let alone take the time to build that up and cast that vision. So you have to say it out loud and paint that picture for someone and take a second to identify, get to know them, and identify their strengths and their characteristics, and tell them why you think they specifically would be amazing at this opportunity. And then bring them along. Don't just tell them, don't just keep it to yourself, tell them, but then inspire them to move. Tell them what to do and bring them along with, and talk regularly about that. That is how you're going to paint that picture on a regular basis and continue to move with excitement with your team and casting that vision.
I cannot stress this enough. If you write anything down, you need to write this down. But one of the most important ways to cast vision and to bring your team with you is to grab onto any little or big thing that they have going for them, like whatever it is. Okay. Lori Welch didn't look at me and think, she's got such influence. She has such a wonderful following of godly Christian people just doing what she does. What Lori Welch had was, this girl's got some balls because she's selling Diva Cups. Surely she can sell some Plexus. Like, that's all Lori Welch had to go on, why she thought I might do good at this business. I remember Tiffany. I thought, this girl can talk to anybody in her driveway about anything for hours. I need her on my team because she's going to talk to everybody. I didn't look at the fact that her Facebook only had 60 friends, or that she was insanely negative. Like, it was all just venting all over Facebook. I didn't even think about that. Like, it never even crossed my mind. Like, I didn't even have to push that negative thought to the side because I didn't think it. I just thought, this girl is going to sign up everybody because she can talk. Jamie, what we told her was, oh, honey, you want to make $300? You just signed up, whatever it was, like 3 people in 1 week. You got this. You're going to be a diamond. Like, do you guys understand? That's what we based her going to be a diamond off of. And Jamie believed us. She's like, okay, this is great, or whatever. And off she went. Like, that is what we had. Was, wow, I made $300 in my first week. I'm going to be a diamond. Like, that's how we build people up. We encourage people. We focus on what they're good at. If someone can make a good video, or if someone has an amazing testimony, girl, you're going to be a diamond because you have an amazing testimony. Like, whatever it is, we have to grab onto those things and stop with the, she doesn't have influence, her pictures suck, or she doesn't have a lot of friends, or he's a man, or whatever it is. Just stop with that and look for the good traits in people. That's what's going to get them to believe. You're going to pour that into them because of these things.
Then you're going to keep talking about it, right? So you're going to be staying in connection with them. You're going to be getting on the phone regularly. Schedule once a week coaching calls if you need to. Do what you need to do to continue to talk to them. And I promise the phone matters, you guys. You can't just do this all. I know social media is amazing. I know technology is amazing to do it super quick and everything, but what you find out on a conversation on the phone is totally different than staying only on social media. You will make connections. You'll find more things out. You'll be able to dream better and help with goals. And if you'll find out what's going wrong or what's going right. You'll be able to, motivate and set goals with each other. So get on the phone and talk regularly. And if you are doing that weekly and you're setting goals and you're building each other up and you're linking arms and you're running together and you're exciting, you're going to keep going and it's going to keep moving. It's not just this one time, okay, I think you can do this. And then you just kind of let them go. This is something you're constantly building up and you're constantly working through the trenches together with each other.
Yeah, 100%. If I could tell you one thing to do, it would be go find 3 people that you're close with, 3 people that you want to be friends with or are friends with, because you do have to be on the phone. You have to have that connection with somebody and just run with it. Just go. Like, it's not that much to overthink it. I see so many people, even on Jamie's team, who've already earned Leaders Retreat. They just joined and they're senior gold or whatever, but it's because they have passion. They're excited. They're not just going through the motions. You can go through the motions all day long. You can talk to people all day long, but if you don't have these things, if you don't have this passion and this excitement and this rock solid belief, I would definitely work on that right there. Because it's this business is so simple once you get it. And I know there are some people who are like, gosh, why am I not getting this? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Switch something up. Try leaving voice messages. Try being excited. Try just changing your mindset. Waking up saying, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm going to be a diamond. I have the fastest growing team in Plexus. Whatever it is that works for you, get out of yourself and decide that you're going to make this happen. And since it's the last month for Leaders Retreat, just start with Leaders Retreat. Get yourselves there. I want to see all 101, 96, whatever of you there. No reason not to be.
Yes, like Fallon said, 6 level 1s and develop 3 new silvers with each of their 3 people. That gets you there. So there is nobody that cannot get that. If you already have some points, that means you can be going for a prize or several prizes. So if it's starting there, start there. Believe it. Tell yourself, take those actions and move now, not in a week, not in whenever, not when you get done with a vacation or whatever is going on. I promise you, we all have our own busy. We all have everything going on in life. We all have whatever, but we all have the same amount of time in a day too. Okay. I know you're busy. We're all busy, but make it happen now. Do the things now and reach your goals now. Yesterday, I don't care what happened yesterday. I don't care what happened last month. I don't care if you didn't hit a goal. I don't care if you have been struggling. Tomorrow, now is a new moment. Tomorrow is a new day, and you look forward and you do the things and you make the changes. Like Fallon said, adjust your sales, say the positive affirmations, watch the videos, talk to your upline, do a coaching call, whatever it is, the things, don't give up and believe it and have that mindset. And you guys, for everything that has been talked about on this call, it's one thing to be inspired for a second or to hear the things. It's another thing to take action and do it. So you hear these things that we're talking about, but you actually have to go from this call then. You actually have to do it. You actually have to make, do the things, set the goals, push yourself, make a little bit of changes. Who are you inspiring or planting vision for on your team? Who are you bringing with you? Who, are you setting those coaching calls? Do you need to set bigger goals? Do you need to help them set bigger goals? Whatever it is, write things down. Take a moment tonight and write the things down that you are going to improve on or change or tweak or whatever, some goals you're going to do, and take action.
Yes. Awesome words, Jaime. And I would end on this one last thing, because I just told my husband this tonight. We're learning a dance for our wedding, and been making excuses, saying I didn't have time to practice, and been saying it over and over. And I just sat down and I was like, you know what? We got time to practice. It takes 15 minutes. That's all it takes, is 15 minutes a day. So you guys go 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, you do have time. That is one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves. Kids are going back to school. All of the things that are happening right now, we say we don't have time. But if you really sit there and look at, when you're sitting there scrolling Facebook, when you're sitting there watching TV, do you have time for what's most important? What's going to matter 15 years from now? What's going to matter 5 years from now? What's going to matter next year? What are the things that you're going to remember? So make a choice to make time for yourself. Don't fail yourself, and to make time for what is important for your family and your goals. And that's all I have.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.